Hi, I'm Peggy Kelly, and today is March 4th, 2021, and this is Good Morning Santa Paula. And our guest today is City Manager Dan Singer, Santa Paula City Manager. Good morning, Dan. How are
Good
you?
morning. I'm
Good.
doing wonderful on this beautiful day.
Yeah, it is a beautiful day. Boy, it's no big windstorms or heat or cold. It's just beautiful. Just
We've had
another
we've
day.
had our share though, haven't we?
Yeah, we have. We deserve many beautiful days if that's the how we're going to measure it. So, of course, everything uppermost on everyone's mind, COVID. Where are we standing right now? I know that things are getting better. Everybody has to stay careful though, but why don't you update us?
Yeah, a lot of changes, and more to come. I'm sure the transition now is really by the county of Ventura is really focused on vaccinations, and they've seen a real drop off in testing, which is not a surprise. As a result, starting on Monday of next week, our testing site, which is out at Harding Park off of Harvard Boulevard, is going to change a bit. It will still be located there, but starting on Monday, it's going to move to being more of a pickup center for self-administered tests.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then the hours of operation will be from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, but not on the weekends or early mornings.
Okay.
And then it will also serve as a drop-off center. So if you pull up and you get a test, you can drop it off there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. Yeah, well, I guess that's really a great way to do it too, is just basically hand out the tests and then they come back. Now, I know
Yeah.
we've had the pop-up testing area at the community center. Excuse me, not testing,
For vaccinations.
and that's appointment only. Make it very clear that that's appointment only. But and
That's
then
right.
moving into the Kmart building down the line.
Correct. And the county is working very hard to ready that building. Most of the vaccination sites around the county are in tents. They're outdoors. This will be, it may be the primary site now, once they get it readied for indoor vaccinations. And of course, because they have to keep, refrigeration or, keep these at a cold temperature, they're having to just make some adjustments to electrical panels and some fire code issues. They anticipate probably opening that site maybe as early as March 12th or very soon thereafter. Meanwhile, as you noted, Peggy, we have the community center serving as a pop-up for appointments. There will be one on Friday of this week, and then next week, 2 days on the week of, the week of March 8th.
Mhm.
So we're continuing to try and support their efforts to get people vaccinated. That'll really ramp up though in the coming months. It was announced today by the governor that communities that are kind of lower income and are more disadvantaged, and that includes Santa Paula, will start to see a greater number of vaccinations. What they're experiencing is that folks that are in the lower quartile of income levels tend to have higher case rates, and we've seen that here in town. And so they're going to shift millions of the vaccines that they're going to get over the coming months to those communities. We don't have all the details yet, but that announcement was made by the governor today, and we anticipate that rolling out in the coming weeks. It'll really allow Santa Paula to try and get more people vaccinated, and we really encourage people to do that, no matter their age. We really want to achieve that herd immunity of having people vaccinated.
Well, I know yesterday when the governor was in Camarillo, he was talking about the fact that they're working with 37 different organizations that are community-based outreach organizations, and they're really putting a push on communities like Santa Paula, which is great because sometimes they have more of a problem getting to get vaccinated or even getting information. And well, I'm really happy to see that. The more we get towards the herd immunity, the better we're all going to be. Mm-hmm.
We're also working through our community and Parks and Rec department at our community center, trying to make sure we're helping reach the more vulnerable population, those that might not have access to sign up on a computer or have a language barrier, and working with the Rotary Club to see if there's some ways that we can reach out and help get those folks the access that they need so that they don't get overlooked.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's wonderful. And that's very Santa Paula too, I might add. You know.
Yes.
That's just the way we are. Now, with the change in the numbers, we're red tiering it pretty soon, or have we already touched the hem of the red tier?
We are very close. San Luis Obispo just moved there this week. We're getting quite close. The trajectory that we have probably puts us there in a couple weeks. Could be sooner, but you know, realistically, since you have to spend, I think, a week in that lower case rate, we would probably be looking at a few weeks to, you know, towards the latter part of this month. And what that would mean by going back to the red tier is we'd allow our gyms, our athletic facilities to open up, even though it's limited capacity. Our restaurants could go back to limited indoor dining at 25%. Theaters could open back up again with limited capacity. So it would be a real shot in the arm, you know, come the end of this month as we start to hit the spring time, if we could see that kind of change for our community.
Oh, that would be wonderful. And would you explain to the audience exactly what it means? We're in purple now. So
Correct.
as the case numbers go down, then we hit the next one, which is red, and that triggers these reopenings. But it's got to stay in the red because we've been in the red before, haven't we? I mean, we were there that one time,
That's
and then
right.
we had the surge, which wasn't so much to being in the red as much as it was related to get large gatherings and holidays and things like that. So
Yeah, so that's an important reminder that the reason we went from the red back to the, well, we didn't even go to the purple, we went to that whole regional shutdown,
yes,
is that the governor felt that that surge that we were seeing across the state needed to be stopped. And that was, you know, his effort to do that. We want to avoid that. So as we go into the spring and we move to red tier and maybe even eventually then orange tier by the summertime, we still need to be mindful. We need to get vaccinated. We need to keep our masks on, not have big gatherings. That's exactly what led to the spike back around Thanksgiving and then Christmas and then New Year's and then Super Bowl Sunday. So,
yes.
you know, lesson learned, right? Is we
Absolutely.
still need to be really vigilant in that respect.
Well, I think people are willing to take it seriously more and more as time goes by when they do see the effects. And now we've got a federal stimulus bill that, could you tell us something about that?
We do. There's a number of things that the White House is focused on, including making sure, as we just said about the state effort, that it's the more disadvantaged and smaller communities that kind of got overlooked early on that are getting a bit of a leg up. So one of the things that we're really hopeful about is the stimulus bill that has been put forth and passed by the House and is now before the Senate. They're expected to take a vote on it hopefully by the middle of March. And it would mean significant funding for local jurisdictions. And at this point, unless the legislation changes dramatically, it's appearing like there won't be a lot of strings attached, provided that the monies are used, you know, in some way to kind of compensate or make up for the impacts of COVID. That hasn't been fully defined. If we see that bill pass, I would anticipate a very kind of hasty meeting with the council. I say hasty because I wouldn't want it to take a month for us to get the council together to really be able to talk about how do we want to allocate the funds that we might be entitled to so that we can get them out on the street, have them put to work for our community. And I would anticipate the council being very open to using those funds for the city, but also trying to funnel some back into the community. I mean, the impacts to our small businesses, to many of our lower income families that are renters that haven't been able to pay their rent or haven't been able to pay their utility bills. I would hope we might be in a position to offer some relief to folks that really need it.
And this is much different too, because before the city was not in line to receive anything.
Right, right. What we got, I mean, we did end up getting something, but it was not allowed to augment lost revenues. So it was really just meant to reimburse us for the direct cost of COVID, all the PPP stuff we had to buy, and the masks and the equipment and the sanitizers and all that stuff.
Yeah, because of being on the size we were, I know that's been a concern in the past, because we were kind of under the radars for funding opportunities.
That's right. Yeah, so we're really encouraged about the bill. We've sent letters to our state legislators, and we're hopeful that there's going to be a positive vote in the Senate in the coming weeks.
Any idea of what kind of funding you're talking about or could be looking at or anything like that?
Yeah, it would be millions of dollars. Yeah, at this point, it could be as much as $5.5 million.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Yeah, that would be great. Everybody's taking such a hit, and that would be great. Now, on a different subject, you're starting a video magazine. The city's starting a video magazine with the Recreation Department, I'm assuming?
With the Chamber of Commerce and the Rec Department, we're really trying to get more information out to our residents, especially in light of COVID, looking for ways like this program that KADY has sponsored since, the start of COVID. This would be about a 10 to 12 minute monthly video that would highlight various departments. Some of them would be city departments. Some of it would be chamber and business oriented. Some of it would be from the school district. It would be anything that's really community centric, to just get the word out about upcoming activities, upcoming events, opportunities, so that the public is kept informed of, hey, what's going on for the month of March? Where are there going to be road closures? What do I do, I don't know, on trash day when the trash truck doesn't show up, or, trying to really get the word out to the public about services that we provide and how we can do a better job of informing them.
And this would be run on Channel 10 and online and
city website, probably have it on KADY TV. We'll have it on our website. It'll run on Channel 10. We'll push it out starting tonight on social media, because we'll be unveiling the March newsletter.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
First week of March. Congrats.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. Now that I have a public information officer here in the city manager's office, we're making strides at getting more public information out.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, the city's been very, very determined to do that for a few years now, and I'm very happy to say so. Now, speaking of which, we've got a street fair Saturday in the downtown, and of course, everybody's going to have to do their best to adhere to COVID restrictions. But let's hear about what's going on with the downtown.
Yeah, the chamber's really been great to try and push, opportunities to support our local businesses, our merchants, our home-based businesses that have a chance to come out like they did at the holidays and have a booth, bring people out, let them walk around and buy local arts and crafts and goods. And so that'll be this Saturday. That's going to run from noon till 4 o'clock. It'll be on Main Street, right between Davis Street and 8th. And it originally, when it was posted, looked like it was going to rain. And so we put in a call upstairs.
There you go.
Really pleased to report we got a favorable response. It's going to be sunny and high in the 60s. So
beautiful. Well, she's very cooperative.
Absolutely. She's been so gracious with Santa Paula.
Well, I know I'm planning. I know the last one I was at, I really enjoyed. And it was so nice to see the merchants go into the individual shops and see what they have. And they've got such fabulous shops downtown.
Yeah, it's been great. And, my wife and I strolled, and it was a great social event. We spent money even when we didn't need to, just because we felt like, we should. And
Absolutely, and eat and have so much fun. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited about that. Now, we'll segue into recreation opportunities since we're talking about recreation, as it were. So what's going on with our famed rec department?
Yeah, now that we're seeing the end of winter, we're moving right into spring. The rec department's been hard at work with Easter events and a scavenger hunt that they're planning for March 27th. Let's see, they will be doing work in some of our parks with some tree plantings coming up. Hoping to do that in celebration either of Earth Day or Arbor Day. They're also planning out in beginning of May of doing another Santa Paula Beautiful event, a nice cleanup day. So I would encourage people to go to our website, or if you're not already a follower on Facebook, our Parks and Rec folks have their own Facebook page. They do a great job of engaging our families and our kids, our seniors. Sports are going to start, organized sports are going to start opening back up in March. And so it's really a great opportunity to capture that spring weather, get out, be safe, but get out and recreate. And our department's looking to provide those opportunities.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, there's always so much going on in Santa Paula, I mean, there really is. It's such a wonderful community. So anything you'd like to add, Dan? Anything I didn't ask you that you'd like to bring up, or just a thought that popped into your head? Or
our council will be going into budgeting for this next year. I think we're going to be in a better fiscal opportunity, of course, than we were a year ago. If that stimulus money comes through, residents have an opportunity to let your city council members know, how do you want your money spent? I think we've been hearing a lot about our streets, and that's a top priority, public safety, and how we take our police budget and try and spread that out in a healthy way to, folks who are vulnerable and may need services. And so that's all a good thing that's coming up as we start to go into our budget season. So fingers crossed that there'll be a lot of positive opportunities.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, listen, always a pleasure to see you, Dan. Thank you so much.
Likewise.
For the audience, you guys always give us plenty of input, and it's greatly appreciated. So once again, I'm Peggy Kelly with the Mighty Santa Paula Times, I might add, and this is Good Morning Santa Paula. Our guest today has been City Manager Dan Singer, and you can view this on cable channel 10 or on kadytv.com. Go to YouTube and watch it, and be sure to subscribe. It helps us bring more broadcasting to you, and it's free. So anyway, everyone out there, be sure to go to the downtown on Saturday and celebrate. Wear your mask, wash your hands, keep your distance, but we can all get together and start socializing. And the more we cooperate, the less time this is going to go on. So everybody have a wonderful weekend, and thank you so much. See you next week.
We'll see you on Saturday, Peggy.
See you Saturday, Dan. Bye-bye.